thoughts about the film, and people in the internet audience are queuing up questions already.
Right.
But I want Suji to jump in because she has some really interesting insights and things like that for.
Well, there's a lot of them. Which one are you talking about?
Big one. Don't be gentle.
When I found out about your involvement, because when I first found out about the Project Blue in itself, and I didn't realize that you were a part of it, so I don't know if you came in after I was aware of it or not. I wondered what kind of influence that you'd bring to it. My knowledge of your work has been telling very real, harsh stories, really harsh stories, and knowing that the movie in the edit that I saw wasn't its final form, and it was well on its way to being exactly what it needs to be on the big screen. I wondered what type of influences that you would bring to it. Now, you said you saw things that you liked, and you changed things that you didn't like. What was it that you wanted to change so much, or were you aware of the feeling when you were changing it? What was it you were trying to achieve with those changes?
The thing that we were trying to achieve was, it was more about character growth. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You have Carmen and you have Blue, two different worlds, two different paths of life, you know, both trying to overcome the situations that they were in, her on the drugs and him from the streets. And I think that in this particular cut, you know, where we were, you didn't really delve deep enough into the growth and the maturity of that relationship.
Okay.
That's one of the things to me that was really, really missing.
Okay.
And that to me is the thread that carries the film.
Okay.
Without that being signified and really, really like curtailed to a real fine-tuned place, you lose it. You know what I'm saying? And you lose a part of your audience that you need the most, which is women. Because women can identify with certain things. Let's take, for instance, the first love scene. The first love scene is with a woman that doesn't believe in him. Yet, the next scene, or a few scenes over, you see them making love, him and Carmen.
Yes.
Now, where did that come from? How do you go from here to here in that span of time, and we still have 3/4 of the movie to go? You know what I'm saying? So with those elements, sometimes you just got to step back and look at it and understand, okay, well, how can we get us to a better place to kind of give everybody their true shine? You know what I'm saying? Because each character has to breathe.
Yes.
Otherwise, the story can't be told.
Right.
And those two characters were the pivotals of the entire film to me, so I felt that that was something that needed to be embarked on. Also, the relationship with him and his cousin. You know,
Okay.
this is Courtney.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You have a guy who is primarily trying to keep you in that crab in the barrel state. You know what I'm saying? And you're constantly telling yourself, no, 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 no. But the love that you have for him, this is the only one in the world that really loves and believes in you, because this is all we got. And when you have that type of element, it's like, wow, okay, how do I get that to a place? So it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just, those are the elements that needed to change. It was all about character.
Okay.
Nothing more.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And pacing.
Right.
Because once you get the characters right, the pace of the story can move in a place that, you know what I'm saying, it gets you entertained, you're up on your seat, and now you're just like,
Right.
so you come from here
Right.
to here, because now you want to see, well, how is this going
How's it
to
gonna work
work out? How is this shit going to end?
Right.
That's what's important.
Right.
And I think that's what we got to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's just those little nuances.
Yes. Yeah. You know, if I can say that the pacing of the film, even, you know, even what was your thoughts, input? Even the you know, I'm not a film guy, but it seemed that the film kind of had a you know, it was, the texture of it was even nice. You know, the lensing or the coloring. The coloring, I guess what you would say, was even was that something that you as the team, you guys came and said, hey, you know, I want this kind of subliminal coloring to come through the whole time?
Now that I can't speak to, because the film was shot prior to me coming on.
Okay.
However, I will say that from the standpoint of story, it's a dark film.
Yeah.
Right? So it takes you to a dark place.
Right.
But then it brightens up by the mid to the third act.
Yes.
So, you know, from the mid of the second act to the third act, it kind of brightens up and it starts to see, okay, the life changes and the elevation, you know what I'm saying? So with that, I think that a color palette standpoint, you have to go from dark to light.
Right.
Otherwise, the story doesn't make any sense. If you kept it dark throughout, then ideally it's just a dark,
Yeah,
dismal
period.
story.
Right.
So even if, you know what I'm saying, the ending wasn't the ending, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't tell the ending.
Right.
But
right.
if I'm sitting there watching and I'm seeing the progression, I can kind of guesstimate what the ending could be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you always want people on the edge of their seats trying to see, well, damn, am I going to see what I'm expecting?
Right.
Or am I going to see something totally different?
Right.
So you keep them guessing.
Right.
And I think they did that very well.
They did.
I think they did that very well.
Yeah, it was done. The film was done very well.